Page 35, Village Dance. On page 34, they're introducing you to a contraption called a chromatic scale. Chromatic scale is simply a scale that uses all the notes, all the white and black, everything. I don't actually teach a chromatic scale, but you'll run across chromatic passages in the pieces. Let's talk about it. As far as the fingering goes, the third finger pretty much plays all the black keys. And either one or two fingers, 1 and 2, they play the white keys, because you do have some keys where there's no black key in the middle, and that there it has to be a 1 and 2 on those. Otherwise, it's the thumb that plays them. Those. So the idea with a chromatic scale is that it doesn't really have a starting spot and an ending spot. It's like a circle. It's like, where does a circle start? I don't know. It's a circle. Well, a chromatic scale can start and end anywhere because it uses all the notes. Here, for convenience, they're starting out with an E in the right hand, and that's okay. Start anywhere. And then 1, 2, 3, because again, we're together. And then it's just 1, 3, 1, 2. Same thing going down. 2. When you get these two white keys together, you got to use 2 and 1. Left hand's the same thing. They're starting on a C here. That's okay, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I don't do, as I said, chromatic scales. Now, this is kind of a standard fingering. That's kind of the go-to fingering when you see a chromatic passage, but that's not necessarily the fingering you're actually going to use. See, the fingering for chromatic scale depends on the passage in the music. What notes it start on, what note it ends on, how long it is, and whatever. You might change the fingering. I do all the time. So this is just a general guide to get you started. Now, on Village Dance, this is in 4/4 time or common time. There's no sharps or flats except for the accidentals. So we're back in C major. Right hand first at the beginning. When it comes in, you're coming in on B4. 1, 2, they're all quarter notes. 1, 2, 3. Third finger. You're moving around a little bit. Let's go down to the 4th line where the fun happens. Watch this fingering. 1, 2, 3. Like so. That's fine. You want to get to where you can do this without looking at the keyboard eventually. You have to look at first, but that's alright. Second line, or the last line, excuse me, here. The second finger, they want you to start on second finger. That's okay. You could have started on thumb. It doesn't matter what finger you start on, as long as you're going to use third finger for the next one. That's fine too. I mean, there's other fingers we could use. I could do a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a thumb. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a personal thing. Left hand, broken chords. Second line. You can do that 2 or 3, 2 if you need to. Otherwise, the 2, 1 is fine. That's pretty much all the left hand's doing. Put them together. At the beginning, you're starting out okay. And keep the left hand out of the way. The melody's in the right hand. Okay, then go down to the 4th line. It's here. 1 and 2 and. Pretty much it. Now, normally in a chromatic passage, when the notes go up, they'll use sharps to take you up, and when it goes down, they'll use flats to take you down. Because if you notice here on these 2 lines at the bottom, at the beginning of it, they're using sharps. They don't need to use flats going down because the sharp from before still applied, so all they needed was a natural. But you'll look over on page 34, when they're showing you there, you'll see sharps going up and flats coming down. That's typically what it is. Here, the natural takes care of what the flat would do. As far as the articulation goes, you just have a couple slurs. Make sure you slur the slurs. That's pretty much it. And then the left hand, I'm gonna bounce the left hand. Just connect it. Like so, and then the dynamics starts out soft, gets up to where the right hand, the melody can be loud. And then when you get down to the chromatic part, at the last two lines, you start out soft and get loud. You just got to swell. That's the right hand. Keep the left hand soft. Then go up. See there? Ba, 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 and then an accent. Ba, da. That doesn't tell you to come back down. Come back down. Then again at the bottom, it's start out medium loud again and go up. That's the dynamics. There's suggestions. You can alter them later, but learn it the way it's written first. Allegro is fast. Whatever that is. But you got to be careful when you get down to the chromatic. Can you do those, Ed? See, you take the hardest part of the piece, and like that here. How fast can you play those evenly and under control? However fast that is, that's how fast you take it at the beginning. Don't take this part and then have to slow down. Please don't do that. All one speed, all throughout. I'd like to play it with you slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do the dynamics, but the notes and the rhythms and the articulation. I'll give us 4 counts, and it is repeated, so we're going to play it twice. 1, 2, ready, go. 3, 4,